Can the artist's way really take me from burnt out author to bold creative in just 12 weeks? Join me week by week as I navigate my way out of the creative void. What if the biggest block of your creativity is actually your money story? Stay tuned and find out, because in this week 6 of doing the artist's way, we are recovering our sense of abundance. We are also right in the middle of the whole program, so I find it really exciting because I feel like sometimes it's really hard to stick on with something, and I don't know, it's just exciting. So I'm just, if you've been joining me and doing the program along with me, give yourself an applause because you are halfway. I have to say that this week's chapter really resonated with me, and it's probably the one that has resonated the hardest of all the chapters that we've read so far. As someone who has spent countless hours thinking about money since I'm a little girl, um, I think I've read the books, I've improved my relationship with money, I've gone to therapy, I've done coaching. This chapter really shook me because I had never equated that my relationship with money could be something that has to do with how I do my creativity. I always thought that if I fix my relationship with money, it's going to be completely separate to if I fix my relationship with my creativity, and then by fixing my relationship with creativity, then I would have more money. I just want to give you a fair warning. It does talk about God a lot. So in this chapter, Julia talks about God, and she really invites us to overhaul the concept that we have of God in order to achieve that creative recovery. This quote really resonated with me this week. If you're still dealing with a God consciousness that has remained unexamined since childhood, you are probably dealing with a toxic God. And boy, was my God really toxic. So Julie invites us in the morning pages to write what God we believe in and what is a God that we would like to actually believe in, because they might be different. Is the God that you want to believe in a woman? Is it a light? Is it a they, them? Is it an energy? Are they kind or are they judgmental? If I look back at the 90s, like how I grew up, the God I grew up with was judgmental, always watching you and ready to punish you the minute you committed a sin, right? Like the minute you did something wrong, which is like literally we could do it all the time. And if you did not do what he wanted, he will punish you and he will send you to hell. I grew up with so much fear because of religion that I think that this is something that I'm being very conscious to not show it like that to my kids. And I had to renegotiate what God means to me. Whereas the God I have now, it's very different. So for the past couple of years, I've been going through my own, I guess, religious deconstruction and reconstruction. And the God that I see now, it's very different. It's a God that, first of all, chose to become a human, just like I am. And then he came here and he's like, oh, it's actually really difficult to be a human. Can you please love each other and be kind to each other? And yeah, and then him. So, but on top of that, he resurrected, right? He died to himself, to the ego. Like we die to ourselves so that we can become that new thing. That's how I interpret the story, and I think that has given me a little bit more peace without looking at it from a perspective of fear. So tell me in the comments, what kind of God did you grow up with, if any? And what kind of God do you feel now, or what kind of God would you like to have now? To me, I think I've only been able to do it from a lens of maturity, and being a parent has helped me kind of, I guess, understand better the God concept, but it's also like, I don't know, discovering your parents had a life before you and that they were actually, um, different people once you talk to them as adults, right? It's a very different and mature approach. And I think it kind of demystifies the whole thing. This chapter also reminds you that creation is very unique, and because it's abundant and it's always different. Like, no, there's no two flowers that are the same, no two snowflakes that are the same. Creation, yes, they might look the same, but they're not exactly the same. And creation is like that. It is this constant cycle almost of birth and death, and birth and death, and so on. So if God is this infinite creator that has continued to create over the years and will continue to create over the years, why wouldn't they or it or he or she support you in your own creations? Like, I think you can always ask. And it's so funny to me as I read like this chapter, because ironically I feel like religion sometimes pushes us to be sensible and into kind of following this cookie cutter approach as to how we relate to God. And this is like literally the opposite of creativity. This week, the book also gives us permission to give ourselves some tiny luxuries. And no, I'm not talking about an Hermes bag, although I wish, but no, this is about luxuries that are not expensive, but that make you feel abundant. She gives the example of a lady who used to buy raspberries, and her eating raspberries made her feel luxurious. For me is when I go to the office and I get to buy my coffee, and yes, it's like a $5.50 coffee. I still, to me, it's like this is a luxury because it's like my reward for getting up early, dressing up, and showing up. So that is like my ticket and me rewarding myself and making me feel luxurious because I did not have to make myself my own coffee. Maybe for yourself, it could be like maybe you could buy yourself some flowers like to have in your on your table, or maybe it means that you go for an hour long walk, right? We all here don't like our stuff, in 2025 we see time as luxury, right? And we all lead so many busy lives that sometimes making time for yourself can be a luxury. And I'm not talking about having a bubble bath, but it could be, you know what, I'm going to have a therapy session. That could be a luxury because, at least in Australia, they're very expensive, and I think everywhere else too. But something that is going to make you feel like you are like abundant, like you can afford this. Now, on to the exercises. This week, Julia gives us a very interesting exercise to discover how we spend our money. So she says to, get a notebook, and every time you spend your money on something, to look at what you're spending your money on. And I think it's more for you to look at it like, where are you putting your money and what you are prioritizing in your life. Um, you could do this many ways. Like, I don't have a pen, but I definitely, if I pay everything with my phone, then I probably just can look at what did I pay for that day and how did I spend my money. And it's gonna be really eye-opening. A lot of even money coaches or books around money and finances, they actually tell you to do this, to look at that. Two things: one, to look at your budget, but also to look at your true behavior on how you're spending your money. And make sure to look at it not with a judgmental lens, but look at it with curiosity. Once you gather all this data, whether you're writing it down in a notebook, old school, like in the 90s, or looking at your phone and looking at all your transactions, you can ask yourself, has my spending actually been aligned with my values? Or have I been spending money on things that are actually not giving me um, anything extra? Um, am I going out to drinks too much or partying too much? And maybe I could allocate money into going to a class. And again, don't do it with a judgment. Do it like, oh, now I've learned it better. Now I've discovered that I could use this pot of cash and change into a different pocket and then put in the class that I want to take. And maybe ask a question like, does it give me value, and do I really value going out for work drinks every Friday? I know in my 20s I used to value that a lot, but since I had kids, I don't have the time or probably the desire to go. So if I go to something, it's a very special occasion. But it doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's whether it's right or wrong for you at the stage in your life you're at, and based on what you prioritize. This data is also going to make it 10 times or many times easier for you to really allocate your time to the things that actually matter to you, and that are not going to be like wasting your time and your energy. Another exercise was to complete sentences around money and with the fast answers, so Julia likes to do this list, and then you just have to write down very quickly, and you'll be surprised what answers do you get. And a lot of these answers, like these fast answers, are going to give you an idea of it. They're going to give you a tool to discover what your beliefs are around money. Now, the tasks this week were so nice. One was about collecting rocks. Literally, my kids used to do this so many times, and like the amount of rocks, even in our recent trip to Mexico, I think I had to limit it to 5 rocks because they're heavy. But it's just like, oh, these are so pretty, and they can appreciate the the beauty of a rock, which as adults, I guess we don't truly get to unless it's like a diamond or something. You know what I mean? Um, there was another one where you could pick 5 flowers and put it on wax paper and put it like on a book, like we used to do it in primary school, I guess. Um, I don't like picking flowers. I like leaving them there. But what I did is I just took the videos of them, and I just really, again, remember that I have the luxury to go out for long walks, breathe fresh air, and enjoy the view that, it's spring is coming up. So enjoying the view that I can see, and then the smell of those flowers, right? There were other activities like getting rid of 5 pieces of clothing that are looking a bit ratty. There was one about baking. Baking doesn't have to cost a lot of money, so it's something that will help you with your creativity. I find that very stressful, so I didn't do that one. But if you like cooking, that's a great idea. Um, and there was another one to like say yes to freebies. Like if somebody gives you a free ticket to go to the cinema, say yes. Just take it. Just accept, 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 accept. Sometimes we're too proud and we don't ask for help and we don't accept help. So this is like my invitation to you and Julie's invitation to you to accept help and to accept free things that you could get. Oh my god, so I just came home and it's the last day of week 6, and I just wanted to do the check-in. Yeah, because I get the kids tomorrow and then I'm not gonna have time. So I just came back from the gym. And yeah, I'm super excited about this new me that is finally doing exercise. But let's do the check-in. Okay, how many days this week did you do your morning pages? Have you used them yet to think about creative luxury for yourself? How was that experience for you? I honestly do not remember how I honestly don't remember what I write in the morning pages. So I don't think I've used it to like claim any luxury or anything like that. Um, no, I wish I could say I did, but I don't think I have. But I don't know. I've just been, yeah, putting a lot of affirmations, I think, first thing in the morning. Um, yeah, that's it. Did you do your artist date this week? Have you considered allowing yourself to? What did you do? How did you feel? Well, let's take a look. Please ignore the lack of makeup, but I just had my artist date today and I decided to go to the opening of my local gym. So just for the past like 5 years, it's been closed and they were renovating it. They found asbestos and obviously that made the project take like 5 years to finish. And they finally opened today and I'm like so excited. I took the free Zumba class and I think it's really, I don't know, it's a good time for me to stop putting any excuses to come to the gym because it's brand new. The pool looks amazing.
And I don't know, I just can't wait to use it, and yeah, and actually take advantage of all the taxes I pay. Anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna give you a lot of images today, but I honestly, doing exercise is one of those things that it's like the hardest part is just to get yourself to the gym. But then once you're there, like I was doing Zumba and I was like so happy to like listen to Latin rhythms and all like that. So I don't know. It's always nice to move your body, and I think as artists sometimes we don't pay a lot of attention to our bodies because we want to work on our art and our mind and stuff like that. But you know, the body is what is carrying you through earth, right? So we do need to pay a lot of attention to it, and I'm telling you because that's what I need to tell myself and remind me that I need to exercise. I look a couple of hours a week. I don't know, 3 or 4 times a week. It's like 4 hours a week is really not that much. Um, anyway, hopefully I can keep it up and I will get home and sign up because they're giving 2 weeks for free and no joining fee, which is really good. Anyway, let's get on to the show.
Did you experience any synchronicity this week? What was it? Probably the only thing that I would get closer to a synchronicity is that I actually got free tickets to go to an event, like an industry event in what I do for like my day job. And I think they only had like 100 free tickets, and yeah, my colleague and I got it. And yeah, it's just gonna be exciting, like to take a couple of days to kind of be with like-minded people in the thing that I do for work. And yeah, I know some people who are going to speak at the event, so that's also like really good. So yeah, it's good because it's like learning from people's experiences, the networking, that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm excited that we were one of the lucky winners of that. Were there any other issues this week that you consider significant for your recovery? Describe them. I have to say that for the first time in a long time, I just haven't been binge watching like TV that much or anything like that. Like I feel like if I'm editing, for example, the video from last week, I kind of was able to focus on that. So I think that has been something like I straight away knew intuitively that it was going to be quicker if I focus all my attention to it and to edit the video. So yeah, I think I'm getting the hang of it. I'm not trying to put too much pressure on, making it perfect and making like these edits that are just gonna be Hollywood edits, right? Because I'm not a video person, first of all, and second, I actually just really want to show you like the real experience on how someone who's doing this can like feel the change, I suppose. So guys, thank you for watching. That's it for this week. And remember, if you want to support me, please like, subscribe, share it with your friends. You can always get your best friend to do it together. Or if you want to do it alone and not tell anyone like I'm doing, don't tell anyone. Do it with me. Remember, look at the playlist. If this is the first video, go to video 1 so you can actually have a look at it. And yeah, if you truly want to milk this program, go and get the book in the link in the description below. Remember that it doesn't cost you anything extra, but I do get a small commission from Amazon just because I referred you. And stay tuned because next week we recover a sense of connection. See you next time.